does a Tennessee traffic ticket defense seminar.
I really don't want to take you to jail. It's just an equipment violation is all it is. But,
well, you'll be on this podcast.
I'm sure I will. I'd like to get your name. Would you at least tell me your name?
I don't answer questions.
That kind of makes me a little uneasy with everything else that's going on. Okay, we've got a First Amendment officer, okay? And he's refusing to get out of the car. So we need to be very, by the books on this.
Am I free to leave?
You're not free to leave.
Trying to get money is what it is.
What's your name?
I'd rather not answer questions, I'm sorry.
Like a First Amendment auditor or something?
Hey, oh yeah, exactly.
This is a Shields of Shame exclusive.
Hello, sir. I'm Corporal Bennett with the Sheriff's Office. How you doing today?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. The reason I stopped you is you got a busted tail light, and it looks like you might also have a headlight out, but definitely a busted tail light.
Is that the one on the right?
Yeah.
Did it not work, or did it just have?
Well, you can't be emitting white light, and the vehicle's got to be in working order as it is from the factory. So you can't have white light on the tail light. You got to have some type of red lens over it. Okay.
Yes, sir. I understand.
All right. You got your license on you?
Why do you ask this question, please?
Because you're in violation of a traffic ordinance right now in the state of Tennessee. And driving is a privilege, it's not a right. So if you're not obeying by the traffic laws, then I have the right as an officer of the Supreme Court to ask for your license. So do you have your license on you?
Do you believe that I'm operating in commerce right now, sir?
I'm not going to get into all that with you. You're driving a motor vehicle on a state roadway, so I am going to ask for your license. And this doesn't have to be like this. I'm being cordial with you. I'm just asking you to have a driver's license.
And I respect your authority. Properly applied, I respect your authority, sir.
Okay, thank you. What's your name?
I'd rather not answer questions, I'm sorry.
Well, if I can't identify you, I have no other authority. I have no other thing to do than if you typically right here is I tell you what the violation is. I further investigate to see if you have a good driver's license. I take into account your driving history. At that point in time, I could even cite you. And if I can't identify you, then unfortunately the only other thing I can do is take you to jail because I can't prove that you're going to show up for court. So, I mean, if you have a driver's license, I can get you along your way, hopefully, relatively quickly, okay?
I understand. Well, what makes you believe that I'm traveling right now in commerce?
Well, I observed you on the motorway, unless you jumped out of the car real quick sometime while I was behind you, and I didn't see that, but I was behind you the entire time prior to turning on the blue lights, pulled in behind you, so I do believe you to be the person operating this vehicle as of right now.
I'm not. I rebut the presumption, sir, that I'm operating a vehicle. Right now, I would rebut the claim that I am driving and operating a motor vehicle. Is it not possibly prudent for you to determine whether or not I'm involved in the activity under the privilege right now? That would be under 55, Chapter 50, and also under Chapter 65 of the Tennessee Code Annotated, which is carriers.
No, sir, you're not. No, sir, you're not. You're not.
What do you
and
have?
If I take this before a judge, he'll also state that, yes, you are in violation of a traffic law under Section 55 of state TCA, yes.
Yes. Well, I'm not. Okay. I rebut the presumption, officer. And what is your name, please?
My name is Deputy Bennett. I'm not an officer. I'm a deputy sheriff. So I don't deal with state. I don't deal with any type of city ordinances, city violations, nothing like that. As a deputy sheriff, my job first and foremost is to protect your civil liberties. Okay, that's recognized in the state, and the sheriff goes back through ages, protecting your civil liberties as a citizen of the United States of America and the state of Tennessee. All right, so my job here is not to make your life difficult. My job here is to enforce the laws set forth by the state of Tennessee. Okay, so this isn't a city ordinance or anything like that. You're on a motorway. You're in a motor vehicle on a highway. Okay, you're in violation of a traffic violation, and I'm to investigate that. Okay, I'm duly sworn, post-certified officer. That's my job. The next portion of this, I've identified myself. I've identified the violation. I've identified first and foremost, other than that I needed to see your driver's license. Are you going to comply and let me see your driver's license or not?
Well, if I have a license, which I don't admit to in this encounter.
Okay. Well, I need a yes or a no.
What's the question again, please?
Would you allow me to see your license?
If I
need to
have
see your
a license,
license.
I'm not on the license right now. It would be.
You're what now?
I'm not on the license.
You don't have a motor vehicle license to operate a motor vehicle in the state of Tennessee?
No.
You don't?
I do, but I have it for the purposes of carrying goods or people for hire. And I rebut the presumption in your question, officer, that I'm doing that right now. Have you asked me whether I'm carrying goods or people for hire in commerce?
You're not carrying any people. I don't know about goods. That has nothing. I don't need to know about goods right now. Right now, I'm investigating you. That's not the issue at hand. The issue at hand is you operating a vehicle under a violation, a traffic violation for the state of Tennessee. Okay, that's the investigation. That's the only investigation I'm concerned with this time.
I'll rebut the presumption that I'm operating and
Okay,
driving.
will you please step out of the vehicle? I need you to please step out of the vehicle. All right, I need you to put your camera up there for me, please. You don't have to turn it off.
I do have a weapon on my right hip.
Okay. Put your camera up there. I need you to lay it down for me. All right, you just place your hand behind your back. I'm going to detain you right now, okay? So I can
Am I
verify
under
who you are.
arrest? Am I under
You're being
arrest?
detained. I just stated you're
I'm
being
under
detained.
arrest. Am I free to leave?
You're not free to leave at this point in time. Blue lights are on.
I object to these proceedings. Do you have a warrant for my arrest?
I do not. Come back here with me real quick.
I have a weapon on my
I'll
hip.
get it from you when I get back here away from your vehicle. All right. I'm going to pat you down real quick. What's in your pocket right here? And where do you say the weapon is on you?
Right rear hip.
Right rear hip. Thank you. Would you care if I checked your pockets?
Is this a Terry pat down?
At this point in time, yes, it is.
You cannot go into my pockets, but you can.
That's fine.
feel them. See if I have a weapon.
And you said this is what now? Well, I'm not allowed to manipulate things like that, so I'm asking you. I'm being courteous.
Keys and 20 purse.
What's this right here, this flat thing?
The round thing is a old telephone.
An old telephone? Like a cell phone?
No, an old telephone. Rotary phone dial.
Like a rotary phone dial. Okay, what's that for?
A keychain.
It's a keychain?
Oh, your camera's on. Officer, is your camera running, please?
It is.
Both of ours are on.
Can you confirm that they're on?
It is. So why do you have a rotary phone dial?
Would you lose keys if you had a rotary phone dial attached to your key?
So there's keys attached to it?
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't care if I just looked at it? That's pretty
No,
cool.
sir, I really wouldn't.
Okay,
You're not allowed to go in there, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're not consent to that.
All right.
But I am handcuffed and I'm incapable of injuring anyone, if you're not safe.
Well, I would like to think that. Of course, you know, I've got experience with other types of initiators that are attached to IEDs and all kind of other stuff. So, I mean,
Improvised explosive
yeah,
device
exactly.
by a person,
Yeah.
an American citizen wearing a bow tie.
I'm just telling you, you know, I've served in other places and have had similar situations. You get what I'm saying?
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to have you.
I would like my...
If you'll go right over here to him real quick.
Sure.
I am going to check your pocket. Okay. You are carrying a weapon right now. I can't. I'm worried for my safety, this other officer's safety, what this rotary dial might be in your pocket, okay?
You may look at it, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Very good. That's all I need to know. I'm going to set you down in the vehicle right here, okay? Real quick. Billfold.
I do not consent to any search.
It's just a pad and stuff right here.
Yes, sir. Calendar pad.
Where are you headed to, Jay?
I don't have a question.
Okay. Turn around and sit down in there for me.
I can't see where I'm going.
Just sit back. There you go. Okay. So, do you have your license? You care to give it to me, or are we still going to continue?
You're seizing me on a presumption, and I'm rebutting the presumption.
Okay, I'm not seizing you under
presumption.
presumption.
You have seized me, arrested me, handcuffed me,
Okay.
and it is under a presumption that I rebut. I hereby rebut the presumption. I'm operating and driving a motor vehicle.
Okay.
I'm moving my private person and chattel property from one point to another point by right. I'm not on any license. I don't understand why you're asking this question if I rebut the presumption. It is a presumption. Are there any questions you might need to ask me as to my activities under license?
Well, since you're in violation, of a moving act right now, is there? I'd like to get your name. Would you at least tell me your name?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, no problem.
This is an illegal procedure.
All right. I think that might be, was it Tulis or Nellis or whatever it is, a radio show? He's a sovereign citizen.
He looks
I'm
familiar.
pretty sure that's him. I may be able to look him up and verify a photo or something. I think I know this guy. He goes to city council and does this.
Well, it's a broken tail light, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a movement. He's also, I'm pretty sure he's got a headlight out also.
Gotcha.
It was either him or the car in front of him, but as soon as I pulled in, he had this going on, so
Yeah.
I was not expecting that first thing out of the day.
Let me see if I can't pull up his name. I've got the gun in my car if you want to run that. I'm sure it's not
let me get that. So have you guys dealt with him before?
If it's who I'm thinking of, I've dealt with him at city council, but it's not been an issue. He just goes up there. If it's who I'm thinking of, he goes up there, a little bit of rhetoric, and then his time's up. But he's not friendly to us. Let me see if I can figure out who he is.
Hey, sovereign citizen.
Oh.
He's got a broken tail light. Doesn't want to hand over his license, nothing like that. Went through the whole spiel. He had a gun on his hip. City thinks that they know who he is. They think it's Tulis or something like that. Does that sound familiar?
I know a Tim Tulis.
Does he do all that kind of stuff?
Not the one I know.
Okay, so
Oh, he got the gun though. That's
got
good.
the gun. I don't know if you want to run her through running guns or anything like
if you don't
that.
mind.
And then I also probably need to go through the vehicle. All right.
Yeah.
But before we start going through the vehicle, let's deal with the stop at hand first, okay?
Yeah.
And I'll talk to Sarge up here real quick.
Okay.
Right.
So, grab that gun by the handle, and
I'll hold on to the mag and ammunition, okay?
so when you want to go, you're going to switch to info channel, and then you're going to tell info channel how to see yellow fire.
Yeah, I'm like 99.9%. Look at the image on my computer. I'm like 99.9.
Yeah, it's him.
David Tulis.
David Tulis.
Tullis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a like a offbeat radio show. sovereign citizen kind of stuff.
Log range was changed to 28.
But let me see if I can't pull all of his information.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your help. How do you mute this thing again?
What?
How do you mute this thing again?
Just turn it off.
Okay, broken tail light. I believe. When I was getting on 153 heading north from the annex, or from the sector, I thought I saw a headlight that was out, but as I came up the ramp, he had a broken tail light. Doesn't have a headlight, so that must have been the car in front of him. Initially, sovereign right off the bat. Doesn't want to say who he is. Doesn't want to hand over his license. This is went through the whole spiel. This is a bad salt kind of thing, civil infringement, all that kind of stuff. So he's traveling about the land and and transporting his person and stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. So I explained to him, I've identified myself. I told you the reason for the stop. It's a violation, a state violation in a motor vehicle. And I said, driving is a privilege, it's not a right. I said, so if you're going to be moving on state roadways, you have to be in compliance. If you're not in compliance, through the Supreme Court, I'm allowed to ask for your driver's license. I'm going to properly identify you from here. I can either further my investigations, cut you a citation, a written warning, a verbal warning, get you on your way. If I can't identify you, you're refusing to identify yourself, the only thing the only choice I have left is to take you to jail. Okay? So he's armed, running the gun right now. Have not entered the vehicle. It's David Tulis. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, apparently he does this. All right. I don't want the issue, but I'm not going to shy away from it either. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just wanted you to be aware of it. Further in the stop, I needed to at least do an inventory incident to arrest and tow the vehicle at this point in time. You get what I'm saying? So you see anything else there's an issue with? Anything else other than the traffic violation, I don't really believe it's an obstruction or anything like that. I'd have to look at the TCA to see what other elements are there, but I know it's early. I wouldn't look at
I wouldn't say so. No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try to push it. I would just go with the...
Yeah. That's the reason for the stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
No, I'm okay.
yeah.
All right, man. I just wanted you to be aware. City pulled up about the time I was asking for you, so that helps out a little bit. He was able to identify his social media stuff, so he's still refusing to answer questions or anything like that. So I'm going to transport him. Okay. It's kind of strange. I figured if he's into that, he's probably had some history. You do?
Yeah, sweet. His name's just spelled a little bit different than his radio host name. It's that number right there.
Try this DL right here. Was it Tulis with 1L?
Yeah, 1L.
Yeah, that's what we found.
Yeah.
Of course, he's video and everything. Well, he's going to ride. He don't want to, identify himself.
For nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He does a Tennessee traffic ticket defense seminar.
I really don't want to take him to jail. It's just an equipment violation is all it is. But,
well, you'll be on his podcast.
I'm sure I will. There ain't nothing he can complain about.
Nope. It is what it is.
Fail to present ID.
Yeah,
you can do that one too.
Yeah, we just can't use it as a standalone charge. That's the only thing we can't do with that one. Right?
But you can do the
Failure
traffic
to
stop,
ID.
the brake light.
Mm-hmm.
Then he failed to ID. That's why you had to take him to jail.
Gotcha.
That way they're both on there and they can see it.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate your help, man. Dude, I know, man. I was like, I got up there and I saw the camera as I was approaching. I was like,
You should just tell him to turn around and go make my phone. Have a good one.
I know, but hey, I ain't gonna shy away from it though.
Oh, no, not at all.
He had some other things in his pocket. One felt kind of weird. He said it was a rotary phone dial. That kind of makes me a little uneasy with everything else that's going on. So I was like, he was like, I don't give you consent to go in my pocket. And I was like, well, you know, I've got experience with initiators, you know, IED work, stuff like that. I said, I really, given the situation, for my safety and the officer's safety, I said, I am going to retrieve that out of your pocket just to make sure that it is just what you say it is. It's not connected to anything else. We did that. Didn't check anything else. Everything else seemed fine. Put it back in his pocket.
What's weird is I thought the sovereign citizens, the one that they are supposed to recognize is the county
And I
sheriff.
stated that to him.
We're
I said,
constitutional.
Yeah.
he said, officer, what's your name? I said, first off, I'm not an officer, I'm a deputy. I said, I work for Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. I said, the job of the Sheriff's Office is first and foremost protect your, you know, your civil liberties. I said, I'm not out here, you know.
What am I hearing about my phone? I have 2 phones on the roof of my car.
Yeah, we're going to get them for you.
I do not consent to a search.
That registration.
Thank you. Please reduce
All right, your cuffs, I can get a finger in between both of them right here, right now.
Right hand arm as the bone is where it hurts.
Well, I'm sorry about that. Any looser and you'll be able to slip your cuffs, so I'm not going to adjust them out any further, okay? I'm Corporal Bennett. My badge number is 2755. It's on recording
And
right
your
here.
recording is on, sir?
It is.
Officer Bennett. Are you the arresting officer?
I am the
Is this
arresting
your
officer.
case?
This will be my case. Thank you.
West 4 Alpha 5.
And we're going to stop his camera right here at 2459.
I stopped this one, but it started recording again. I'm gonna stop. I'm not going Androids.
I don't know how you stop it either.
Ken's got an Android. Don't you got an Android?
Huh?
Don't you got an Android?
I used to.
It's okay. We're not going to do anything crazy. I don't care if it runs all the way down there. Matter of fact, I probably will, honestly.
Tripod for recording?
Yeah, we'll just stick that back in the car.
Okay. Is it like a First Amendment auditor or something?
Hey, oh yeah, exactly. He's a sovereign guy. It's David Tulis. Does that sound familiar? See, he says he shows.
Car registered if he doesn't leave much.
Yeah.
If he's moving freely.
He's just trying to get attention, man. I'll end up on a podcast somewhere.
Trying to get money is what it is.
Probably. Mr. Tulis.
Use 456.
That's who I've identified you as right now. And so you're going to be transported. You are currently under arrest. The charges are going to be an equipment violation while moving on a state roadway.
I can't hear you. Say that again.
I said the violation is going to be an equipment violation, which is a moving violation on a state highway, okay, or a state roadway. And then failure to identify yourself, okay? If I can't identify yourself, I'd love just to write you a ticket, or possibly most of the time, just give you a warning, all right? And move you along your way, let you get on about your business for the day. If I can't identify you, and I asked you several times, you chose not to identify yourself. So at this point in time,
If I'm under
you are
arrest for a lawful
and
charge,
I am going to
officer,
transport you to the Hamilton County Jail,
I
okay?
demand to see a magistrate immediately pursuant to 47-118. And
As soon as I get you down there, the good thing is there's a magistrate there, so you will get to see a
please make sure
magistrate.
that there's a magistrate there, and we will discuss
That's correct.
the abuse with her or him. And I do have valuables in my car, and I do count on your deputies to secure the property, and you do not have permission to search
My
it.
deputies are well capable. They know what the state laws and the Supreme Court case laws are for securing your property and your valuables. There will be a search incident to arrest that will be conducted on behalf of this arrest. Anything that's of value will be placed into property and noted on the tow sheet. Next district tow will be en route to tow your vehicle to their lot, which you'll be able to take possession of your vehicle after you get out of jail, after you make bond, or whatever the magistrate offers to you as far as on release. And all you have to do is show proof of ownership. Now, you will have to show them your driver's license to get your vehicle out, okay?
Well, I'm traveling under administrative notice. It's called Tennessee Transportation Administrative Notice, and the Sheriff's Department is under that notice and has not rebutted it. And I am traveling. I am moving my private property and chattel on the public right-of-way. I have a right to be on the public right-of-way. You are acting under presumptions, Officer Bennett. on a presumption that I rebutted properly to you at the window.
New message.
Is this safe, officer, to look at your computer when you're traveling and driving?
Well,
You do that very
I
often?
have to have a certain program open while I'm moving so that my dispatch can know where I'm at all times. So we just needed to make sure we were doing
Taking
that.
your eyes off the road could be hazardous to the traveling public, sir. In a very heavy car like this, a person has to identify himself only once he has been arrested under a proper lawful arrest. At that point, he has to identify himself. That is,
Well, Mr.
that is the
Tulis,
law.
I've concluded my business with you today,
Once
and
the arrest has been effected,
I've been open to conversation
you.
at this point. So you've chose to remain silent at this time and point, and I don't want to infringe on that at all. So
Sorry,
I'm going
I just can't
to
hear you.
let you keep remaining silent. We're going to let you speak to the magistrate. That's your civil right, and so that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get you down here in front of one. Okay.
If you could turn the intercom on back here, I could hear you.
Mr. Tulis, I want to advise you of your rights. Just first and foremost.
Make sure I can hear you, sir. I cannot
I
hear
need
you
to
back
advise
here.
you of your rights.
What else
Do
is
you
there?
understand these rights as I've said them to you?
Is that all there is, sir?
That is all there is right now, yes. Do you understand these rights as I've said them to you?
I'm hearing what you're saying.
Okay.
Is it not proper to have an investigation and get a warrant before the arrest, sir, under 47103? Are you not trained to get a warrant when it's not a public offense?
Not if you fail to identify yourself, because then I can't prove who to put on the warrant.
Well, the alleged offense is
Mr.
not a
Tulis,
public
you
offense.
chose to remain silent from the beginning of the traffic stop. I'm not going to infringe on your rights, okay? We're going to get you in front of a magistrate, just like you requested.
Are you trained to not get a warrant under 47103?
Mr. Tulis, at this point in time, I am done talking to you, sir. I'm going to get you in front of a magistrate, okay?
Well, if it's a public offense, you don't need a warrant to make a misdemeanor arrest, but if it's not a public offense, then you have to get a warrant under 47103, which is the exception statute to the requirement under the Constitution to get a warrant. There has to be a cause before the citizen can be seized and injured and infringed upon in any way. This is not a felony, A, and B, it's not a public offense under the public offense jurisprudence in Tennessee. You have to get a warrant. And I put your department on notice about this when Cody was your counsel. So this is all being done knowingly and intentionally by your department and by you, Officer Bennett. You have to get a warrant. You can't just seize people off the street like you've done to me. The warrant requirement protects the citizens from police power exercise that does not have a warrant and does not have a non-fraudulent exigency. There has to be an exigent basis of the arrest for it to be done without a warrant. My hand is growing numb, sir. When you checked the cuff, checking the part where the flesh is not a sign that it doesn't hurt. It hurts where it touches the bone. And my hand hurts still, Officer Bennett.
All right, Mr. Tulis, come on, step out. Mr. Bennett?
I'm not going to cooperate with you.
Okay. Well, sir, my job, I'm not here to make your life hard.
You can drag me out. I'm not going to cooperate with a false arrest and a false imprisonment. This is what this is. False arrest, Mr. Bennett, Officer Bennett, and false imprisonment. I'm not going to cooperate. I cannot cooperate. I'm just so sorry.
All right, come on out here, okay? Thank you.
All right.
There you go. You're the leg. Come on out.
5, okay.
All right, go back in the car. Thank you. What y'all got in intake right now? Okay, we got a First Amendment auditor, okay? And he's refusing to get out of the car. So we need to be very, by the books on this, all right? Yeah, I mean, we think his name is David Tulis. He's got his own podcast and all this stuff. So we'll have a podcast about us. Apparently.
What did he do?
Literally nothing. I mean, he had a broken taillight,
How did he wind up in here after?
Just refusing to identify himself, and he starts this whole First Amendment violator thing right off the bat, and so I was like, dude, I'm just literally like, this is just a equipment violation. I said, I'll give you, either a ticket or a warning and get you on your way, and he was like, no, I'm not answering any questions, blah blah blah. So, that's what the city's saying. Hey, I'm recording still too, okay? He's just passive resistant, okay? He's gonna go dead weight as soon as we pull him out.
I know I don't have to tell y'all that our goal is not to hurt you.
No, he's apparently got podcast and stuff too, so we'll be on a podcast. He's some guy that shows up to the city council all the time and does this.
Oh.
Yeah. He'll be on the other side more.
How you doing, sir?
I'm forgiven of my sins.
You forgetting your sins?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, can you do me one favor? I know you in this car. We need to get you out of here.
Yes, sir.
Get you processed and get you taken care of.
Go ahead. You can pull me out.
I don't want to pull you out. You step out. Take this leg and swing it around.
I'm gonna have to carry him. I'm sorry, I cannot cooperate with false imprisonment and false arrest.
Well,
because that's what this is, officer. It's
okay.
false imprisonment and false arrest.
You have time to take care of your situation. Come on. Come on.
Mr. Tulis, you said you wanted to see a magistrate. Now, if you want to see a
I do
magistrate,
want to see a magistrate. I have a
right
under 47-118 to see a magistrate immediately.
You will. Come on. Come on.
You
can't see him in his car. You gonna go inside to see him, or you gonna?
Is your camera on, sir?
Yes. His camera is on.
Is your camera on? Is your camera on?
Yes.
Is it? Can you confirm that?
My camera's on right here.
His camera's on.
But you won't confirm that yours is on.
I don't have a camera.
Okay,
he has.
Mine's on, and it's going to be with you the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Okay. Up until the point where I, start executing paperwork. Okay. Mr. Tulis, we're not here to make your life hard. Okay. We're trying to get you, like you said, through due process. All right. The magistrate's inside. You asked to remain silent.
Don't let the magistrate off the clock yet.
Even after you try to talk to me, I've told you, no, you're going to remain silent. You've asked for a magistrate. This is how we get you to the magistrate, okay?
Come on. What are you charged with?
It's an equipment violation, failure to ID. That's really it. I mean,
It's
literally nothing.
2 inches of missing plastic, red plastic on a light.
Okay, well, here's
in our free republic gets me here.
Well, I understand your frustration. Listen.
I understand. I'm not frustrated. I understand this is how you do things, and I just can't cooperate. I just can't. I'm so sorry. I cannot cooperate. This is an abuse of process. It is a false imprisonment and a false arrest of a person traveling privately under Tennessee Transportation Administrative Notice that your department has been under since March of 2018, sir. I cannot cooperate. I just can't. I have strength to do all kinds of things, but not to cooperate in my own abuse.
All right, take care of this.
All right, what would he do is I'm gonna step out and I'm going to fall on my knees. You all do what you need to do.
Okay, well.
All right, come on. Is your camera on?
Come on.
I want that camera on. Oh, and sir, the cuffs are very painful.
Well, they would be
Mr.
less
Bennett,
painful
they're
if you
very
were walking your
You
own
was
accord.
walking on your own court. We wanted to go through all this, but since the way you doing it, it's making it hard for both of us.
All these cuffs are so painful.
Yeah, it's good pressure on because we got to pick you up and bring you here.
You are watching Shields of Shame. Please subscribe and thank you.
Do me a favor. Okay, have a seat. Can you get up and have a seat? You only need, but at least have a seat. Thank you.
Would you like your cuffs off? Go ahead and stand up and I'll take them off for you. All right, thank you. Turn around. All right, have a seat. Are you under doctor's care? I'm asking you this because if you are, we need to get you the right doctor.
If
And,
I were, I'd let you know. If I were, I'll let you know.
so you're refusing to answer the rest of my questions? I'm still going to ask them to you, okay? No, you've asked to remain silent, and so you're going to continue to until you get your attorney present, okay? That's not my job. I appreciate what you're doing as a constitutionalist, and an advocate for our civil liberties. I'm a constitutionalist. I appreciate that, okay? I'm doing my job as set forth through my post-certification under the TCA in the state of Tennessee. You understand?
My
Thank you.
question was.
No, sir.
let's
I'm
put a
done answering
weapon
questions.
in my bow tie.
Just had to bring it in from
Over there, I'm gonna bust it.